But I mean, we've had EVP for 20 years, and we know that ghosts are real. Like I said, just Google it. It's going to change your world, but be prepared for it, because it's going to activate parts of your brain that you might not be ready for. So, if you're not ready to experience certain things like ghosts, and you're already scared of demons and stuff, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Take it in strides. Read all of this information first, and then try that stuff. For now, Google all the information, and you'll have everything that you need. Proof of EVP. Are EVPs real? Do EVPs validate ghosts? And, all the information is there in Google. And what I do as a rule of thumb is go with 3 or 4 sources. And but if the source is coming from a university, and believe me, you'll find at least 10,000 to maybe even 100,000 articles on EVP from PhD people, from universities, especially the one that did Paranormal State. I don't remember what university that is. Can't remember, but they have an actual paranormal department, and the stuff that you see in there is just, man, even I wasn't ready for it in the beginning. So, I mean, there's chairs flying around everywhere, and I mean, they're from university, and then they don't even go to church. If they are spiritual, they still don't go to church, because you can tell by the reactions on their face. They're like, holy crap, man, what is this, man? So it's like, it's really, really crazy, man. But anyways, there are no more demons that are tormenting souls anymore. That's because we got rid of all of the negative entities. They no longer exist. So, I mean, all in strides. The learning experience. I remember there was this movie called Sucker Punch. It just came out, and it said, who sends demons out to make us stronger, or who gives us the power to control everything. And once you come to that realization, and you'll see that it's your own inner demons, it's not demons per se. And it's your journey. So, because all of this conflicting information makes us question our own sanity. But for the ones that are really trying to be a student in all of this, take pride in the fact that the information is stored away for later processing, which means that you'll have the opportunity, if you're strong enough, or if you want to be strong enough, or if you're smart enough to say that I'll do this later, then you will have that opportunity to evolve yourself. The next and last level, the highest level, is located in the universal mind, or the 7th. Not the 7th, but the universal mind is basically operates at the 5th dimension. At this level, the conscious mind communicates and processes all the information from the brain, mind, and body, along with every sense and all the perceptions from the third eye. This allows the being to interpret the information at the basic material level to also the highest multiple levels, which are frequency-based. Currently, there are 13 quantifiable dimensions, but on paper, on Earth, we can validate and 9, with the 10th being theoretical. I believe that's 2007 information, and which gives explanation logically. I mean, we're not going to even hit the 6th dimension until another 1,000 years. So let's just concentrate on the first 4 or 5. And actually, we're not going to hit the 7th until 1,000 years. So let's just concentrate on 4, 5, and if we're lucky, 6. Within 5 to 600 years. So, first, the logical and scientific explanation is: if you're using a computer and are using a Vista operating on DOS, it is impossible if you're using DOS and you have Vista, you can't read. Even though you can retrieve it, it's considered corrupt or unreadable. It needs to be repaired. So the two operating systems are foreign to each other, are alien, and therefore they can't read each other even though they're physically there. It's on the disk, it's not going to run away. This is what happens with spiritual information. It stores it for you to use later. You can't read it, refile it, and all importantly, if we don't have the right cipher, we can't incorporate this kind of B section into our A to find C. So, I mean, for more on this topic, you need to read Science of Fruits and Labor in 2012. It will help you greatly understand what exactly is going on. You need to Q-21, which is the Need to Evolve Religion, the Fruits of Science in 2012, and then you might as well go ahead and check out program Q20, and really important is Q32 and Q31 before Q30, because Q30 is a little more scientific than Q31. And so right now I'm just going to explain to you, we all include all of our processes, or the higher functionalities, or the 8th intelligence and the pineal gland, have been turned off, and therefore dormant. It's too important for nature to have shelved the 6th sense for us to only have to get rid of it. And it's something that we need. It's something that the entire animal kingdom uses, and it's there. It's just off because we don't use it. And this is to ensure, the only reason why this has happened is because we want the survival of the fittest, of ego and of left brain, for the only reason that we need to reincarnate once we die. So, I mean, the factor of death and the end of times, or the end of the cycle of life, the acknowledgement of death is the end of cycle of life, which is the main reason that we don't have to fear dying anymore, because we just die to go into another body and relive our experiences and learn more. And so because of this, we're fearful all the time, and we don't have access to our higher processes and learning of spirituality. So we're all really a society suffering from amnesia, and we don't have access to these higher dimensions. And it's only heaven as a state. Now, when we have heaven as a state, in moments of eureka, of in the zone, or flashes of brilliance, eureka effect, eureka moments, or when we fall in love, the feeling of being in love, feeling of a memory in love. Memory in love is heaven, and is more accurately a state of heaven. And so we're deprived of higher senses and higher dimensions, and even love. It's like we're addicts, suppressed and depressed all the time, and it's really a really tough system to succeed in, and the cutoff rate is 30%. So I mean, and contrary to what people think, a lot of people that do become enlightened, that are more top 10%, end up giving all their money away and retreating to a mountain and never coming back. And the ones that do come back end up making a big impact in reality, and they end up becoming multi-billionaires, not like 1 or 2 billionaires. The only way you can achieve becoming a billionaire is by creating something, and that's the only way. But anyways, the most important part is that we're deprived of all these things, and heaven could be heaven on earth if we allow our connections to heaven to be more permanent, which will happen in 2012. And you could actually have 2012 happen now for you as a lifestyle instead of a state, and a state being a memory. And those people that are enlightened or partially enlightened are experiencing this right now. They can't tell you, because you're still doing your own program of desensitization, of dewiring, of taking away of negative memories and experiences, and learning and evolving, and they can impinge on that, they can't interfere. So when you do start to evolve, you'll know what they know, and what they know is what they will tell you. And in actuality, we've all been evolving in different states. There's different topics, they'll actually teach you different things. You'll learn lessons from people that you never thought you could learn lessons from. And you'll be very surprised. And you have to open your mind and embrace spirituality, and a lot of great things can happen. So, frequency is very simple, but a complex thing. It can be a matter of energy, sound, and communication all at once. When two different people, strangers, come together, there's undeniable chemistry, like San Jose Sharks, Danny Heatley, Joe Thurman, Patrick Marleau. They're so great that they actually were aligned for Team Canada. The first guess is that they work well together as a unit, but in spiritual reality, in spirit and in reality, is that they actually have joined spirit and are feeling and thinking what the other is thinking. Other than the fact of anticipation and working together for a long time, it's very hard to argue, because they weren't like the Boston Bruins, which took a lot of time and kind of fluked off the series before Vancouver. They shouldn't have won that series. They had a problem with gelling together, and lucky for them, they had the Ultra All-Star and Tim Thomas, super duper guy.